So today we're looking at a new low-profile mechanical keyboard, the Keychron K1 V4. Yes, V4. It's really cool to see that folks at Keychron are improving their existing products with new features, and this new edition of the K1 has some pretty exciting changes, so let's have a look. First, the box looks great. It has this stealthy look with the mix of matte black and glossy black. Pretty cool. In it, there's the keyboard with nice foam all around. You also get a braided USB-C to A cable, a keycaps puller, and replacement keycaps to swap the max keys for Windows equivalent, and also to replace the orange accent keys with gray ones instead. The keyboard is mostly aluminum, painted black, apart from the sides which are plastic. Given the construction, it has no flex at all and feels high quality. Under the keyboard, you only get rubber dots as feet, so it's not possible to adjust the angle of the keyboard. At the back, there is a toggle to switch between Mac and Windows layouts, and another one to switch between wired, Bluetooth, and off modes. Then there's the USB Type-C port near the center, just a tad right. Finally, two LED lights indicate if caps lock is on and report battery status. I was sent the tenkeyless version of this keyboard. While it's also offered in the full-size version, I much prefer a more compact form factor, and if there was a 60 or 65% version, I would have gone with this one. To me, it seems like one of the goals with low-profile keyboards, reducing the footprint. Anyway, the layout is 100% standard, as you would expect. You get dedicated Mac controls on Mac, which is pretty cool, and a common feature with Keychron keyboards. Shortcuts to launchpad and media controls are quite handy. Now, as for the keycaps, this is the biggest change with the V4 variant in my opinion. It no longer comes with flat keycaps. So as you can see, these feature a curved surface and they're also angled while still keeping a low profile. I think it's a great middle ground between regular keycaps and completely flat ones. However, all rows have the same profile. I wish they had a sculptured side profile on a per row basis. This way, it's easier to locate which row you're on. Other than that, these are the typical entry-level keycaps from Keychron. They are ABS with laser etched legends, so they will shine and wear easily. Thing is that they use the uncommon Gateron low profile switch stem mount, and the stabilizers aren't cherry style either, so it wouldn't be super easy to find replacements. Speaking of switches, the V4 is now offered with brown switches, although my unit came with reds. These are the standard Gateron low profile switches we're used to. I'm not a huge fan of these as they wobble quite a lot. Even with low profile keycaps and less travel, they wobble more than good quality full-size switches with cherry profile keycaps. I compared them to Kale low profile brown switches and the Kales are much more stable. I really hope the new Kale low profile V2 switches start to get implemented in production keyboards, as these at least have cherry MX style stems and hopefully they wobble less. But going back to these low profile Gaterons, they are decently smooth out of the box, but not the quietest linears out there for sure. Now, as for the stabilizers, they are not standard, although they feel decent and don't rattle too much even though they are not lubed out of the box. Honestly, I am more impressed by the stabs than by the Gateron low profile switches. The unit I received only has white LEDs, but there is also an RGB version for $10 more. You get a bunch of animations on board that can be cycled through with the light bulb key at the top right of the keyboard. The brightness can also be adjusted, but the animations cannot be customized on a key-by-key basis, as there is no software nor reprogramming capabilities. Finally, one of the main features of this keyboard is Bluetooth support, and the V4 version now supports Bluetooth 5.1, so it should be able to provide better battery life. I've experienced a bit of lag once on my laptop, but then it stopped lagging after maybe 15 minutes and was super fast and accurate after that. My girlfriend has been testing it over Bluetooth and she managed to get almost a week with LEDs on, so I guess the battery life should be pretty good if LEDs are kept off. It goes to sleep after a bit of inactivity to preserve battery life, however, it usually misses the first keystrokes upon waking up, something that the new New Type F1 handled much better. So, in conclusion, definitely a unique keyboard. I like that Keychron came up with new curved low-profile keycaps, the build quality of the case is great, lights look good, and it seems to perform well over Bluetooth generally. Keychron keyboards are also one of the best options for pre-built mechanical keyboards if you're on a Mac. On the other hand, the keycaps are still ABS and will wear out fast, the switches wobble a lot, especially for a low-profile board, and it's not offered in a smaller format than tenkeyless. So would I recommend this keyboard? Well, on its own, I guess I would. It's great for the price. But Keychron announced the K3, a more compact low-profile keyboard with their own low-profile optical switches, and this keyboard looks amazing. First, the case looks even better in my view. I love that they went for a more compact design, which helps with the portability factor on top of being a less chunky board. And finally, the new switches look super stable given their thick stem. They're also MX compatible, stabilizers too, which means we'll be able to replace keycaps with MX style ones as long as the layout is a match. To me, this is super exciting, and I would personally wait for it instead of buying the K1, but again, it depends what you're looking for. So that wraps it up for today. As always, I'll have an affiliate link to this keyboard down below. Feel free to use it if you're interested and want to support the channel at the same time. So thanks for watching, make sure to leave a like if you did, and don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already, as I'll see you in a future video.